Hi all, welcome to all. So today we will learn about a user administration part. So how to add a user? We are using a user add command and I'm adding a user. Let's say I'm using as user 2. So like that we can add a user. If it is already just it's showing me it is already just let me use a user 3. Okay, so now it's added here and by default, yesterday lecture I have covered that by default, when you created a user, it is a logged. So how you can check? You can use a password command as for a status in the username. So you will find out user 3, it is a password locked. So empty password is not allowed and you will see it will make an entry in a /etc shadow file. So shadow file you can see here and exclamation mark is there. It means it is logged. Okay, so yesterday we have learned $6 we are using for a algorithm, that is we are using a SHA512 and $5 is using for a algorithm SH256. Okay, and $1 is using for MD5 algorithm, that is old algorithm. Earlier it was in earlier operating system we have used it. Okay, so now we learned how to add a users. Okay, so now let's learn how to delete a users here. So if you want to delete a users, you need to use a command userdel and username. Okay, user 3. So if I'm deleting these commands, so what is the difference between two here? I can delete a user with a hyphen r argument and without hyphen r. If I'm deleting as like, so what happened? It will not delete home directory. So it is the same example. Suppose in your organization, your mates, he left the company and after that there is some important data in his home directory. Let's say some important data in home directory, important data. Okay, so as per policy you need to remove it. You have removed it, but you need to you have not get a chance to take this backup. So what you want to do, you will use userdel user 3. So what it will do, it will not remove your home directory. Okay, but when you use the hyphen r arguments, it will delete del home directory as well also. So let me show you the examples here. So firstly, let me show the home directory here /home user 3. So now you can see here, and let me use a user del and mail spool. It will not delete it. Okay, so I can just show you the both first uh, 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 here, and the path is a var spool and mail user 3. Okay, let me delete it. Now I'm using a user command user del and let me delete a user 3. I have deleted this user. Okay, so once it's a deleted, now you can check here user 3 here, it's not there. And if I check a user 2, it's there. Okay, so now you can check it here uh, here. So let me check home directory, it is there. Okay, let me use a d, it's there. And if you check it where spool mail user 3, it's there. So same things, if I'm checking with a ls-ld for a stu user, okay, it's there ls-ld. And let me check your home directory user 2, it's also there. Now what I will do, I will delete it with hyphen r option and user 2. Okay, okay, now it's a deleted. And let us verify it. Just let's check with a id. If I call to last executed command, I can use a exclamation mark and ID, it will execute. No such user, that's correct. Now, let's me cross verify, is it there or not? No such file or directory, it's deleted. Let's check a home directory, is it there or not? It's also not there. Okay, so that is the difference between hyphen R arguments if you are not using hyphen r arguments. Okay, so sometimes it's very useful, and mostly it's a depend upon your requirement completely. Okay, so now so you have seen, let me create a one more user. So I think we have a ID user one is there. Yes, we have a user one. And so you have seen here, some people, what they let's take example of you have purchased buy a car, and after that you um, want to some what we called a BIP number, right? And the same things if you want to take here, so here also we can take it as per your desire, as per your wish. You can choose your ID, your user ID. So how we can use it here? So let's create any user add, and let's say you want to give your as per your wish, you want to give a unique ID. So let me give a 5,000 ID here, 5,000, but must be unique, means as like number. This number never be given to other people's as like as a layman. Okay, so always your car or your bike have a unique your number, right? So same as like here, and hyphen u and hyphen z, you can create your you can add in a different group also. Before that, if you want to use another group, let's say I want here IT group, but this group must be created before. Okay, so first we need to create a group. So I'm control C, and let's add a group add, and I'm creating IT group first. Okay, okay, so I have created. Let me verify, is it really created or not, where we can check, and to slash etc group file. Okay, so now you can see IT group has been created, and now I'm creating custom here, and user add, and hyphen u is unique user ID that I want, my desired ID. I want to this 5,000, and small g is using for a primary, and caps G is using for a secondary. I will let you know the difference later. Let me use a primary first here. Okay, so primary group, and G I'm using a IT, and after that you want a home directory in different location. So home directory you can given here d means home directory. Let's say I want to give a home directory, not for by default it goes to slash home, but this time I will create under let's say slash mnt here, under mnt. So mnt it will create your home directory, and I want to give a name, let's say home slash username. Which username I want to create? I want to create a user, let's say 10 user or user 5. I'm creating a user 5, and you want to comment. Okay, hyphen c means comment, using for test purpose, using for a test purpose. Okay, now you want to give a shell here. So if you want to change the shell, like you can give it a usr bin ksh shell also, but if you are giving this shell, you must be, you need to install kss shell, but right now we don't have installed a kss shell. So I will give it a bash shell only, because I have not we don't have it right now. KSH con shell not installed in our operating system. And which user we are creating? User 5. Okay, so we have given as per our custom user ID. Okay, this is the user ID. We have given user ID, custom user ID as per our desired, as like your car number or your bike number. Here we have given a GG means primary group. Primary group. If you think you need a secondary group, then we need to use a minus G. And actually there is no difference between primary and secondary as per power perspective. But in other way, it is having a difference. I will let you know later. So we have already created a IT group. So you have seen here, we have created a IT group. In D, we want to create this home directory. Okay, so by default, it is going to slash home slash your user 5. By default it must be go like that, right? But we are not happy with this one. We want to create custom -c. We have given here comment. Okay, so now let me execute this command and let's see the results. Okay, so can't set C Linux context for home directory set. That's okay because there is some permission issue. That was the reason it's unable to set, because we don't have set a permission here, but it's created actually. Can't the reason, I think the permission a reason here is lst/mnt. mnt having a 755 and inside/home. Okay, no such file or directory /home. That was the reason it's came. Okay, so this home is missed actually. So we need to create that directory here. So let me create first this directory. So let's troubleshoot here. Okay, so now I have created a directory, and let's check the permission of this directory /cd/home. It is a 755, and let's check with a normal home. It is your 755. Then it's okay. So this user is created actually. If we have seen user 5, let's check it. It's created here. The problem is that it's unable to create this directory, home directory. So that's okay. Let's take example of a, we will create with the same things again, but this time I will use a 6 user. And now we have created a home directory. Let me give it a 6 here. 6 here, and I need to not change user ID 001. Okay, so make a enter. So I need to set enforce 0 and see status, and it is a permissive. Okay, I have made it a permissive. Don't worry, we will learn next coming lecture, because C Linux is enabled. That was the reason it's throwing us error. Just I will for a curiosity, I will show you the example why it is saying that here. Jed, if you see, there is a home page here. You can see this is a C Linux is a home root. Okay, when I will show you when we have created this home directory, that is created a mnt home we have created, and now you can see this is a mntt. This is the C Linux. Okay, so it is a C Linux contest. That was the reason we got this issue, C Linux issue. Okay, user can't select Linux for a home directory. So now I made it off, and that is a causes. That is a reason. And now let's try with a one more here 8, and it's just troubleshooting also. User 8. Now I'm trying to create, and I need to give a unique ID. That is a must be, either it will throw again error. So let me give a here 5010. Okay, so I'm giving this one, and now let me enter. Now you can see there is no error, because so if we can check get enforce. Okay, so you can see permissive. Okay, don't worry about these commands. In coming lecture we will learn about a security there. So I told you what was the reason actually why we are not able to, why it's throwing us this error. Now you can see it's created this home directory. You can see ld 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 and home here, and this is I think umask. What is umask is there? Okay, 0002. Okay, it's something we have did a changing. That was the reason it's created. Okay, so here and I will show you. This is a user ID, user ID, and user 8. Okay, so here you can see user it, and if we can see all these we have created now some users, so you can see all the information have stored in the password file. Now you can see how is it came now. Okay, how is it came here, and right now if you see tail/etc shadow file, so you can see here, and let me set some password to a user 8. Okay, so I'm setting some password. Okay, so I set a password. Now you can see password set. Let me set a password for a user 7, and let me make it. Now you can see the here. So let me switch first user 8. So when once I switched a home directory, here we have a environmental file. That was the reason you are getting this like that, user at the rate localhost entitled and dollar. It's very nicely you are getting here. The reason is behind because we have a environmental file. Let me exit from here.